Welcome everybody to the preview for the F1 Canadian Grand Prix. F1 is finally back after 2 weeks. It didn't feel like 2 weeks though, because obviously we had the Nürburgring 24 hours, but finally F1 is back. Now if you don't know, every single Thursday before a Grand Prix weekend, we hop on the stream, we have a look through Discord at all the news and memes and everything that's come out over the week leading up to the Grand Prix, because there's been no F1 for 2 weeks. We have got extra-ness to look at today. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, be sure to do so. Linked in chat, discord.gg/Ponden. Yeah. Let's get into it. Now, usually I would start this at 3 p.m. my normal time, but because it's Canadian Grand Prix, I wanted to allow media day and whatever to continue a little bit. Because, yeah, it is currently in Canada. I think it's like Canada time. I think it's like 2 p.m. Yeah, 1 p.m. So I don't even think the press conferences and stuff have happened. So as we start scrolling through, looking at all the news and stuff, more stuff should come out from the day. So starting off with the last thing we looked at, obviously we had all the news about Gucci. Actually, funny story. There was a lady at the gym today. She had a Alpine merch from Primark on. You know that one, that merch I showed you the other day, or a few weeks ago. And anyway, she was doing a set next to me, and I was like, "Nice hoodie." And she was like, "Oh, thanks." I was like, "You an F1 fan?" And she's like, "Kind of. Like I'm more of a McLaren fan, but I saw this in Primark for £15." I was like, "Fuck it, why not?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's really good merch, isn't it? Like, it's cheap, but it also like looks good, but it's also like, it looks good, but it's also." Like, F1 fan will know it's F1 merch, but it doesn't look like F1 merch. And she's like, yeah. She's like, to be honest, one of the main reasons I bought it was because, have you heard about the Gucci news? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, won't be able to buy Gucci merch once they merge. So, and I was like, damn, she knows ball. She knows ball, man. She knows ball. But yeah.
Stop capping. You look like you don't go to the gym. Keck.
This guy, man. This guy. Best dude. They have the 100 bits. I don't know what to say to that. That's a roast, man. That's a roast. Club Nishka, what is up, dude? Welcome to the stream. She knew ball, though. She knew ball. Anyways, continuing on. Speed recognizes speed. Great to have Isaac Hedger in the box at the French GP to meet our CEO, Gunther Stein. A massive thanks to Red Bull France for bringing the F1 and MotoGP worlds together. Love this crossover. Kill. Valtteri Bottas, special card. 1 of 1 with the V Bottas patch and sign. That's pretty crazy. Christian Horner is officially allowed to return to Formula 1. The non-compete clause following his dismissal from Red Bull expired on May 8th. So when will we see Christian back? Exactly 14 years ago, Maldonado won his first and last Formula 1 race. It is still Williams' most recent victory. Can't watch that because we're live on YouTube, but that's kind of funny. Oh, Maldonado. Sorry, I don't know why my brain registered Montoya, and then I was like, no, Montoya won more than one race. What the fuck? Yeah. By the way, is your F1 Fantasy predict working? Because it ain't for me on PC. Let me have a quick look. Should be. I'm not signed in. We'll check tomorrow whenever we do F1 Fantasy. Yeah, you might have to refresh your cookies. Sometimes it breaks. Did you watch 24 Hour? I did, and it was great. Yeah, I did, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was, yeah, we were planning to stream it all, but we weren't able to, which is a shame. Mercedes are understood to be preparing a significant upgrade package for the Canadian Grand Prix. Alongside aerodynamic upgrades, the W17 is also expected to be lighter. Today marks the 76th anniversary of the first Formula 1 race held at Silverstone by Nino Farina. Won by Nino Farina. Interesting. I felt like there was no talk about that on socials. I thought surely I would have heard about that. 25 minutes late. I'm sorry, General Code. We're live on Twitch. You should have come join us on Twitch, man. The Gucci thing will be so funny with Franco having a history of encouraging people to buy knockoff merch. Wait, really? Has he said that? That's some Nürburgring news. Feels the aura. It's always funny when the teams post like the old drivers. Last time everyone was happy, the 2024 season. Max winner, George winner, Piastri winner, Lewis winner, Charles winner, Sainz winner, Lando winner. I'm trying to think of someone who's not winning here. I can't. Drivers on yachts, fancy holidays, red carpets, and then Lando's fighting for his life climbing a canyon in Utah. Who's he with? Why does that look like Max? Is that Martin Garrix? Who the hell is that? Facts. Curious blue, denim blue, dark blue, Fjord blue, Alpine, Williams, Red Bull, AlphaTauri, Aston Martin, Mercedes. Facts. will bear witness to the first Checo points of 2026. What, this weekend, you reckon? This weekend? You reckon he's going to quit this weekend? Race was boring after you got banned. Glad you're back. Yeah, I obviously had less interest in the race after I got banned because I felt like I had no one to chat to. Well, we obviously went live and watched the watch along, but it's just different, man. It's just different. FTM ban could cost Fry half a second. No way. The FIA is set to ban Fry's FTM/blown exhaust system for 2027. Okay, they'll make up the time back. They'll make the time back. The McLaren Technology Center is getting an upgrade, and that's to house a new test rig for the F1 team. Test rig being a test bench, right? Not like a simulator. Pretty big news. McLaren announces a multi-year deal with tech giant Intel as the team's official computing partner. The brand will appear on F1 cars starting from Canada. It will also appear in the Indy 500. Haven't seen any announcement from McLaren officially about this yet, if I'm not mistaken. But again, McLaren securing these massive deals. My question is, they're sponsored by Google/Android, right? I know Android and Intel aren't direct competitors, but they kind of are at the same time. So I'm surprised that Intel is working with McLaren when this one's by Android. I don't know. Anyways, more huge deals. This was a pretty hectic moment in the Nürburgring 24 hours.
From here in Germany, Ben Heitz from
Thank God he was out of the car.
And Alexander Hart from Deutschland.
I will never understand why someone stands on the side of the track after the crash. Like, what are you doing, you idiot?
Here in Germany, Ben Heitz from...
Like, I know it's unlikely for a car to go off, but it is likely.
And Alexander Hart
but it can happen as well, man. On a day like today, Michael Schumacher secured his first Formula 1 pole position. Dude, how did these people find all these stats? Then we got the news. The newest F1 collab, Red Bull X Crocs. I saw a bunch of creators getting sent them today. Maybe mine are in the mail, guys. Maybe mine are in the mail. Maybe they're on their way soon. Look, I don't wear Crocs anyway. But if I had a pair, maybe I would rock them. Maybe I would rock them. I feel like these are goofy, though. Like, I feel like the Lightning McQueen ones are kind of, like, funny and cool. These ones I feel a bit too extra. I think it's because it's, like, shaped like an F1 car, like, here. It kind of makes it look a bit like, I don't know. Like, I like the spoiler on the back. I like this. I like the tires. I think it's just, like, this part. It doesn't look like a croc. You know what I mean? But then again, we've also got this design as well, like the camo blue. Yeah, I mean, look, if I had them, I'd rock them, but maybe I'd rock them, but I'm not really much of a Croc guy. But I know people love Crocs, so this is super cool to see. Again, Red Bull with such fun collabs, man. Like, again, I'm biased, but, like, why is Red Bull the only, like, cool team on the grid, man? Like, no other team would do a Croc fucking, collab. Like, I thought it was AI. What, that Crash or the Crocs? I love Crocs. They're so comfy. Crocs are goofy in general. I don't find Crocs look good, but then again, I don't know. Crocs always too much at bangs. Nah, man, they look cool. I just want the Adidas collab. Hopefully Adidas soon. VCarb, exclusive access to the factory. Watch that video at some point. Zach Brown wants F1 to eliminate team alliances. Bro's been complaining about that for ages. Nobody told me Pierre Gasly is racing at the Nürburgring. Ass. W17 X Canada, 3 straight mode zones. 1, 2, I got 3. Yep. Max Verstappen, 10 iconic races from Max Verstappen's 10 years at Red Bull. I'm assuming that's Max reacting to that. Did they steal my idea? I've done that with Max already, man. Do you ever look at something and wonder how it got there? F1 socials this year have been very memey, I must say. For the price of a single general admission Miami F1 ticket, you can go get 18 Indy 500 GA tickets. Okay, first off, you're comparing a Miami Grandstand ticket weekend pass to a one-day Indy 500 GA ticket, first off. But it is still crazy to put in perspective, like a ticket to the biggest racing event ever in comparison to Miami. But, you know, one's a luxury Formula 1 event, and one's a mass event where they're trying to get as many people as possible. So, I don't know if they're really comparable, but it's still interesting to put into light. You know what I mean? We need Durex collab or Trojan collab. Is it McLaren sponsored by Durex? Am I wrong? Am I wrong in thinking McLaren's sponsored by Durex? Don't mess with the alphas. I wish I don't support McLaren. No nice merch. Well, they do, but they just partner with Reese and fucking, whatever the other one is, and it's just super expensive. Indiana is in the middle of nowhere. How many World Cup tickets is that? True, true. If you average the 6 F1 qualifying sessions so far, including sprints, and take out non-representative tech problems, etc., you get this. Average pole time. I feel like, am I wrong in thinking this is not a good way to do it? Because at a slower track, your average will go up because there's more spread. I don't know. Anyways, it's still interesting. So Antonelli fastest, Russell, Norris, Piastri, Leclerc, Hamilton, Verstappen, Hadjar. I hate it. They're just separated by team. Gasly, Bortoleto, Hulkenberg, Colapito, Babbitt, Lawson, Lindblad. Ocon, Sainz, Albon, Alonso, Stroll, Bottas, Perez. Okay, it's still interesting, but I feel like it's not really like a fair way to do it. The Weenie 500 tomorrow. What time's that? We'll have to watch that on stream.
I'm blocking Bono's access card everywhere. Okay, perfect.
He can't use his card.
Okay, don't change it until he tries to come in. Okay? Then say you don't know anything about.
I'm gonna say I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Oh, we're in, guys. We're in. Let's try this again.
exactly. Good. Everywhere. Okay,
Okay, so he's
perfect.
blocking his access card. Okay.
Okay, don't change it until he tries to come in. Okay? Then say you don't know anything about.
I'm gonna say I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Good. Good job.
A few moments later.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
Oh,
You're not
wonder
really
what's
fine.
happening
You just
with
can't
the
get
cameraman
into it.
filming him.
Is it working now? Three.
Phil, you should have filmed him. Should have filmed him in secret. That fake reaction, bro. Fake reaction. Lawson crashing this weekend for sure. Okay, bro, get on my stream. Simply F1 fan. Valtteri Bottas has revealed his rental car for the Miami GP was stolen from outside his Airbnb, and the incident had been investigated by the FBI. What the fuck? BWT Formula 1 team is pleased to announce the appointment of Jason Somerville as Deputy Technical Director as the team continues to strengthen its technical leadership group. Who? Anyways, a lot of technical changes. There's a lot of personnel changes going on between all the teams at the moment. All imagining the new home of the Spanish Grand Prix from later this season. Yeah, we've had a lot of stuff from Madrid recently, including this lap from Science, which we'll watch at some point. Mercedes is the most efficient IC on the grid in 2027 with a 50 kilowatt increased engine power. Mercedes might be the one with the least to lose. The team claimed the impact of this change will be minimal, and furthermore, from 2027 onwards, measurements will no longer be taken for the ambient temperature, only under the operating conditions. Dude, the photos from the Nürburgring were insane, man. That formation, that was so sick. Nürburgring 24-hour, Formula E, Monaco, MotoGP, and Giro all at the same time. I'm assuming it means Formula E, Monaco, MotoGP, and Giro. What's Giro? Is Giro a biking event? Hell yeah, worth the triple monitors, man. Wait, is the joke that he put... Oh, no, he put Formula E. Where's MotoGP at? I don't see MotoGP. New phone wallpaper, guys. What do we think? What do we think? I think it bangs. I think it bangs. All these teams trying to be as good as VCub's social team. Yeah, VCub set the wave, man. VCub set the wave. Yeah, actually banger. This is such a cold photo, man. I've seen this going around socials so much. It is actually such a cold photo. First look at the LN4 pop-up in Montreal. Anyone in Montreal gonna go check this out this weekend? Yes, some interesting news at Haas. So, breaking news. Esteban Ocon might not finish the season with Haas. Komatsu doesn't like Ocon. He's not happy with his current performance. In fact, I've heard that he's not sure if Ocon will race until the end of the season. The gap between Bem and Ocon is widened this year, which will be affecting the Frenchman's position with the team. The relationship between Ocon and Komatsu deteriorated during the Miami weekend. Interesting. I mean, obviously it's rumors, but you know, sometimes there isn't smoke without fire. So we'll see how this plays out. I mean, I don't rate Ocon, so yeah, We'll see. We'll see. Very unfortunate and frustrating ending, but these things can happen. I still really enjoyed the experience together with Jules, Luigi, and Danny. Is Luigi Hour? I thought it was Lucas Hour. I guess his actual name's Luigi, but he just goes by Lucas. Thanks to the team and everyone around the track for your support. Yeah, such a shame, man. What could have been if Max won, but just means he might come back next year. Charles Leclerc's Monaco hat. I love this a lot. I love the red band. I love the white going through it. This is classy, man. This is super duper classy. Well done. Well done. I think Leclerc fans, I think if you're a Leclerc fan, you got to cop that cap. You still got the blue HP logo, though. Still got the blue HP logo, but I think it's a banger. BYD are reportedly in a race with Mercedes to buy a stake in Alpine. The French team's future ownership is becoming increasingly unclear. Yeah, a lot of talk about BYD. A lot of talk about Alpine selling Gucci. I guess there's 3 avenues they go, right? Mercedes buys stake in Alpine. Alpine stays, and it becomes kind of like a sister team for Mercedes. Or BYD takes over full ownership. And we have a Chinese team, a Chinese owner on the grid, which I think would be great for the sport personally. And then, or Gucci partners with Alpine, so Alpine stays the majority shareholder, but they just have a big, big title sponsor that fronts a lot of the costs. So, yeah, we'll see what way it ends up going, but I reckon we'll get some news by the end of this year. I thought this was funny. Someone commented on my video about the stream of the Nürburgring. Stop with all the luck stuff. Shallow people believe in luck. The strong believe in cause and effect. And then Biochem Girl replies, agreed. Max chose the wrong team to win the 24-hour Nürburgring with. Mercedes aren't made for tough driving. They're made to look fancy while getting the groceries or picking the kids up from school. A Merc literally won. Fair enough. I just don't understand how some people can comment stuff like this and not use their brain. I don't get it. We got the Canadian Grand Prix poster. It's nice to see Stroll smiling, Matt. Nice to see Stroll smiling. What's happened in F4? Is this F4? Safety car on track in F4. Oh, that could have been bad. Whoa! Reverse? Reverse? Okay, first off, why is there a safety car on the track? Second off, I don't understand. I guess he got scared, but I just don't understand how all these guys like end up crashing. Like, he's missed the apex so bad. What the fuck? Yeah, that is an unsafety car. What the hell? F2's back this weekend. I'm excited to watch some more F2. F2's first time in Canada, so it'll be interesting to see. Miami was banging. Honestly, F2 needs to go back to Miami, so let's see what F2's like in Canada. F2 always seems to cook at like purpose-built street circuits, like Canada, like Albert Park, like Miami, like Baku, so be interesting to see. Wait, purpose-built? Is that the same? No. Street circuits. Yeah. They'll look at the Russian clouds, but actually now they need yeah, where's the safety car for that safety car? Haas is out of step with a lot of the other teams in its development planning, having skipped upgrades for the recent Miami GP. Instead, its latest package is coming to Montreal. Remember when Haas said they're focusing on 2026? Well done, guys. Well done. Team boss O Komatsu said, as a sprint weekend, we'll only have FP1 to evaluate it, understand it, and get the best out of it. It's race week. What the hell, bro? Nürburgring blocked. Antonelli's Nürburgring plans blocked for now. Mercedes has ruled out Kimi Antonelli racing at the Nürburgring despite his comments about getting the permit last year. Mercedes deputy team principal Bradley Lord, I think he meant it more as a joke. Yeah, you know, there's obviously a lot of talk, and I'm someone who's saying about how a lot of these drivers, this isn't directed towards Kimi, but a lot of drivers say, oh, I want to drive other series, and then they just don't. But then you obviously have situations like this where Kimi jokingly talks about Nürburgring, and even that request is blocked. So, yeah, you know, F1 drivers are very limited with what they can do. Yeah, I think Kimi, for people who don't know, Kimi won a GT3 race back a few years ago. So I think I can see him doing some racing outside of F1. One sec, my nose is running, guys. I'll be back in one sec. Sorry, I must sound like a psycho. My housemate has a friend round. And then I'm just like, bro, like, they just hear me streaming. Like, they probably just think, what the fuck is this weirdo doing, bro? Anyways, I'm back. It's going to rain on Sunday. Yeah, the weather in Montreal looks very, very interesting. All right. Sorry, let's keep powering through. Yeah, if we get rain in Canada, I feel like I usually want rain, but I'm like, this is already going to be a chaotic weekend. Sprint weekend, you know, like, we don't need rain. But I'll take rain, I'll take rain. Translation, strippers strike. Montreal's local strippers have called for a strike Saturday, claiming that the F1 race is the busiest period of the year. We believe the Grand Prix is the best time to take action. On that weekend, the clubs are at their peak activity, which makes this period the most lucrative of the year for our boss. This is our chance to jeopardize those revenues and hit them where it hurts the most. Fuck, man. Alright, we'll have to make different plans on Saturday night then. Suffers one of the craziest crashes ever seen in F1, wins the race and leads the championship. Just kibitz to things. Yeah, for people who don't know, F1 is going to be on Netflix this weekend. So if you have a Netflix subscription, you can watch the Canadian Grand Prix on there. I think it might just be in the US. I'm not sure. Actually, let's go on Netflix now and have a look. I'm fairly sure it's just US. But yes, if you don't know, Netflix surprisingly has partnered up with Apple. Yeah, I think it's only America. Yeah, it looks like it's just America. Yeah. So we really don't know. Netflix is really trying to get into the live entertainment space, specifically in sports. Obviously, we've got Mayweather versus Pacquiao at the end of this year. Obviously, they did a massive deal with the WWE, so the WWE is exclusively on Netflix now. We had that climbing event of that guy. We had Paul versus Tyson. And yeah, they're really trying to get into the live sports space because it makes sense, right? You buy a Netflix subscription and then to watch an event, you can also do pay-per-view. I'm assuming this is pay-per-view. Let me guess. I'm going to have to pay for this. I'm assuming this will be paid. But then again, it just says remind me. So maybe this one's not paid. I don't know. Anyways, so it'll be interesting to see what other events come. But Netflix has done a deal with Apple TV to stream Canada and a couple other races this year on Netflix. So yeah, if you've got a Netflix subscription, you'll be able to watch F1 on there in America this weekend, which is pretty cool. You're not seeing it there, seeing it here in Canada, right? So it's just the US. Canada, not even, not in the UK. Netflix and Apple sitting a tree, yeah. USA only, pretty sure, right? Interesting. The casinos for Saturday then. If you have tickets, still go, as you might get fakers again saying the race is cancelled. If you know, you know. I never watched. How can it not be in Canada? I've never watched any live thing. It's only just started this year. It's only just started this year, really. That they've really started going into the live entertainment, or like late last year. I think the first event was October. That Jake Paul, Tyson fight was the first like live event ever, I think, on Netflix. So yeah. Someone wrote Max on the corner 69 of the Nürburgring. Lol. Oh, I need your guys' advice. I need your guys' opinion. So. Twitch has added a new feature, right? This is F1 related, I promise. Twitch creator badges. Okay, so Twitch has added a new feature this week. A feature that I have been wanting for a little while because I had a really cool idea with it. So Twitch has added a thing called creator badges. So basically you can set a badge that people get in chat. So obviously for people who don't know what a badge is on Twitch, right? A badge is that little icon that you get next to your name. So for instance, if you sub to me, you get a badge. So if you're like Tomo and you're sub for 18 months, you get that badge. If you're like Sunrai and you sub for 1 year, you get the gold badge, right? If you're like Max Lex and you share 100 bits, I've got a Mercedes badge set up. You get badges, right? If you get an ugly sweater like Mr. Ko, you can get an ugly sweater badge on Twitch. That's not one of my badges. See, there's global badges like these ones here, like share the love badge, and then there's badges just for my stream. Now they've added creator badges, so badges that you can set as the streamer for people to get in chat. Now, I had a really cool idea. You can also do it based off of watch time as well. So, yeah. So, you can get a badge by subbing/gifting. So, you can set it between 1 sub or 5 subs. And then watch time you can set between 1 hour or 8 hours. Now, I had a really cool idea where I want to set a badge. So, if you sub during a Grand Prix weekend, you get a Canadian Grand Prix badge. And if you watch during the weekend, you get a Canadian Grand Prix badge. That is what I had in mind to do. I think it'd be really, really fun because, like, it means you have to tune into each of my streams to get the badge. You could collect every badge for the season, and then you could showcase that you've got every single badge for the season, right? And then I also obviously want to have a sub badge as well for it because then, you know, people who support during the stream, or if you want to support to get the badge, you can do that. Which I think would be really nice. So I need your guys' advice, right? So I was talking to Chris last night, and I was trying to figure out how I can do it. So let me show you some of the options, right? I have. So firstly, I thought, yeah, so here's the system here. So, like, I'd set the 2026 Canadian GP badge. You watch for 1 hour, and you get it, and you watch between this time, right? So, initially, this is what I thought, is just doing a flag. Just doing a flag, you get the flag badge, right? But then I was like, well, Chris actually said, that's not really cool. Like, it's not really a badge. But also, like, okay, let's say I do this for 2027. You just end up getting the same badge again. So, I don't know, like, yeah. So, that was my first idea. And then I was like, maybe I could do the... Oh, fuck. I thought maybe I could do the logo for the Grand Prix, but it's a bit small, and also the logos change every Grand Prix, so it's a bit, like, fucky to do. Then I gave this a try, and I think this is what I'm going to settle on. I think this is the coolest design. So I've taken my sub badge. I don't have the PSD, right, of the original sub badge. So I went onto ChatGPT and upscaled it. And then I deleted the star in the middle, and I added the Canadian flag in the middle. And then I was like, okay, what can I do to differentiate the watch badge versus the sub badge? And I cooked this up. So you get so you could match it to the color. So I'm thinking you get a white outline or a platinum, I don't know, outline for watching, and you get a red one for subbing. But then I was like, is this one better though? Like what do you guys think? Like I don't know. And then I tested it out with Saudi Arabia, even though I don't know why I chose Saudi. Then I tested out bronze. So rather than white, so let's say you watch the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, you get a bronze one. And then if you sub, you get the green one. I thought that was pretty cool. So like bronze, it looks a bit worse. Like this is what it would look like in chat. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. What's happening? This is what it would look like in chat. So it looked like that in chat, which I think looks really nice. Then, okay, so then I was also like, what looks better? What looks better? A 3D flag? Like 3D flag with shadows? Or just a 2D flag? Like, obviously keep in mind this is going to look really small. So like, you know, what looks better? 3D or 2D? Part of me is like 2D is easy to look at. But also 3D I think looks cooler. But then I was like, maybe if you watch, you get the 2D flag. And then if you sub, you get the 3D flag. But then I'm like, is that enough of a difference to warrant subbing? Then I was like, maybe... Oh, fuck. Then I was like, this is how much I was experimenting. Then I was like, maybe you could do it where you get the logo inside the badge. But no, it's too small. Yeah, so that was all the testing I did. So anyways, I don't know what approach to do with these. I mean, I definitely want to do one of these, but I just don't know what I should do sub versus watching. So you guys let me know. Tomo, thank you so much for the gifted sub, dude. Appreciate you supporting, man. Thank you. Really do appreciate you supporting the stream. and gifted a sub. Was that your first time gifted a sub? No, 4 gifted subs. Hell yeah. Thank you, Tomo. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to do this weekend for Canada just because I want to properly decide what badge and how I'm going to do it. Because unfortunately, once you make the badge, you can't change it. You cannot change it. So I don't want to like make a badge and then next week change it and then it looks different. You know what I mean? So I want to have like a set badge. Then I was thinking this morning, I was like, I feel like I want to add 2026 on there somewhere. So like, you know, it's the 2026 badge, but I'm like, I don't know how I'd do that. So yeah, I'm really torn. I'm really torn on like how to differentiate between sub versus watch. I'm also torn on, I don't know, like, for instance, I could do white outline for every single Grand Prix in 2026, and then in 2027, I do every single Grand Prix a different color. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's too many decisions, man. There's too many decisions. I can't decide. Jack has already done it for gifted. Oh, great minds think alike, man. Great minds think alike. That's interesting, because yeah, I was like, dude, I came up with this idea the second they announced this, and I was like, this would be so sick. I was like, I wonder if anyone else will end up like copying it or doing it. But yeah, shout out Jack, bro got in there before me. What were you thinking of the badge symbol? I did Miami. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, nice, fancy, nice. I like that. How about the exact trophies from the GP? So I can't do that because 1, it would be so hard to get a photo of each trophy, but 2, I need to set the badge before the weekend, and obviously we sometimes don't know what the trophy is until after the weekend. So yeah, your logo with the flag color. I was thinking that Chris actually said that. He was like, why don't you make like a star or badge, but then put the flag inside of it? But it's just really hard to do that, especially when I don't have the PSD. I think the red is better. Red is better for sure. Red is better. I will gift sub tomorrow for sure. I think for sub, for matching the colors thing is fair. My eyes cannot focus on the red one, and the blue one seems like a child first time opens Photoshop. Whoa. Yeah, that's better than the silver. Make Abu Dhabi one, and I'll gift 10 subs. Yeah, true. And then you can get your own flag. Your logo with the flag color. I like these examples if you want some help. I don't mind. Appreciate the extra snipes. Smaller, fewer details required. Bronze for watches. Bronze for watches and color match for subbers. So, okay, so what do you guys think? So you guys reckon white for watch time and then color match for sub, or do you reckon bronze with color match for sub? And also 2D or 3D is very split. I think 3D looks better. I think 3D looks way more professional. I know it's like a lot because it's like, nah, that looks really good. I think in small form, 3D looks really like profesh, but that also looks good too. No, I think 3D looks high quality. 3D is high quality. 2D is very like, you instantly look at that and look like it's Canada flag. 3D is just more professional looking, I think. Great idea, figure it out. A representation. Do you have model car F1? I don't have any model cars or anything like that. I just have a 1x2 Lewis Hamilton helmet. As much detail as nice, I think you need much more simple designs for the small logo example on laptop. I feel you, but I showed you the example before. Where's it gone? Yeah, like it looks wait, let me zoom in. It looks really fine. Like I think that looks really good. I think with, even though it's 3D, maybe maybe it could be 2D. I don't know. I think that looks fine as 3D, to be honest. Bronze watch time, color match sub. You can change the year every year and do the flag colors. You can change the year every year and do the flag. Wait, what do you mean change the year? Hey, but I just joined because I was in school and we had a balloon artist come and I got a Oxalot. Hell yeah, what's up, Sarah? F1 Arcade sent you on. Oh, true, I do have mini models. Yeah, true. 3D for sure. I mean, in terms of flag, it's fine, but the text one should be very hard to understand. Oh, sorry, you're talking about the text one. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for the help. I think I'll go bronze then and then color match for sub. But like, okay, this is the thing though. Like, obviously, as a streamer, right? As someone, you know, I'm like, I want to encourage people to sub, right? You know what I mean? So I'm like, I want to make the badge look as cool as possible. But I'm like, is this worth enough of a difference to encourage people to sub? But then again, like, I don't know. Part of me is also like, maybe it is worth it because it's color matched and also it looks really cool in chat. And also like, you know, it only takes one sub anyway. So like whether you use your own sub or whether you gift the sub, like, I don't know, like part of me is like, I don't want it to be like a crazy difference. I do like this, to be honest. I do like this, but it's just way too small. Part of me is looking at that in small form now, and I'm like, how do I like the 2D? The white is really cool. The thing is, I don't want to do white because I feel like the platinum, the white platinum, looks better than the red, than the color matched. You do 2026 with flag color, then 2027 with flag color, and do the... Oh, I see. Oh, like 2026 text. That's a good shout, to be honest. I do like that. Like 2026 text with the flag in the middle. F1 logo with flag in the middle. I think I'm gonna stick to the badge. I like this because it looks like a badge. When you zoomed out, 2D looks a lot cleaner. The flags roll adds unnecessary. Oh, I've just zoomed out my chat. It just look. I do agree, but it just looks basic as well. Like a bit too basic, you know what I mean? Maybe I do prefer 2D, I don't know. I mean, in terms of flags, it's fine, but the text one would be very hard to understand unless you actually knew what it was. True, true. What if it's bronze / 2D for watch time and color match 3D for sub? That could work as well. Bronze. I mean, that's red. Bronze and 2D, 3D, yeah. Yeah, true, other flags aren't as basic. I mean, that's why I tested with the Saudi flag, because it's like the writing and stuff. Like, part of me is like, is that much of a difference to warrant it being a better badge? Okay, do you guys think that's enough of a I mean, obviously keep in mind brown and green, but like, do you think that's much of a difference to warrant it being a different badge or nah? I mean, I guess at the end of the day, my sub badges are literally just a different color. So it is kind of the same thing, really. Non-centered flags might be a pain. I'll figure it out. Well, I filled this. Like, obviously the flag cuts off here, but I just like color filled the top of it. I just found my badges, so I will know where to find them. Hell yeah. Catch the summon only. Can you do like day before the GP weekend because the Abu Dhabi race are going to be there? You have to tune in, mate. You have to tune in. Yeah, that was the other question. I was like, do you think I do it from Grand Prix preview through to Grand Prix review on a Monday? So Thursday through to Monday? Or do I just do Friday, Saturday, Sunday of the Grand Prix? How'd you do the Australian flag? I'd figure it out. I'd figure it out. I mean, like, look. If you go on my YouTube channel, for instance, if you go on my YouTube channel and you look at the flags in the background, right? So like obviously like Japan, the Japan is fine, China's fine, Australia was fine. Like all the flags were fine. And then I got to France and I was like, fuck, how do I fit this flag? So I just rotated it. It looks fine. You know, we got to not Germany. Now we're at Canada, and I just rotated it, and it looks fine. You know what I mean? So there's always workarounds, man. If you use your brain, if you use your creativity, there's always workarounds. There's always workarounds. Anyways, thanks for your guys' advice. I will take that on board. I'm thinking. Oh yeah, what did you guys say about bronze? Do you think that's enough of a difference to warrant a different badge? For the watch-alongs makes sense. Just the session. For watch-alongs makes sense. Just the sessions. I think brown / green isn't enough contrast, but maybe that's because I'm thinking grass or yeah. Also, I mean, I think brown and green isn't a good example, but yeah. Only on the final lap. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Now the other question is, what do I set the sub to, and what do I set the watch time to? So for sub, I was thinking just one sub, but that also means someone could just renew their sub and get the badge. But is there a problem with that? Part of me is kind of like, I wanted to make it like if you gifted a sub. You know what I mean? If you gifted a sub, you got it. So it's like an extra step than what someone's already doing. But then I'm also like, I guess there's nothing wrong with... I guess, in my opinion, like, there's nothing wrong with if you resub and you get the badge, cool. But you're not going to be able to get every badge from resubbing. So you'd have to... You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But, like, then again, like, I don't know. I hate... Part of me is also hate, like, being like, how can I make the most money? You know what I mean? I just want to be like, how can I make a cool badge for people who support? So I think I'm just going to set it to 1 sub. But watch time. No, I think anyone that subs, yeah. And then if you just want the badge and you've already used your sub, you just have to gift sub, or I don't know. But then again, it's like I hate saying, I don't know. Anyways, but then watch time, I don't know what to set it to. Part of me is like, just set it to 1. If you tune in for 1 hour watching the stream over the weekend, you get it. But then I'm also like, nah, let's give it to people who actually like watch. So I'm thinking 2. I'm thinking 2 hours is pretty solid. 3D looks bad. 3 hours seems reasonable for the proper fans who tend to watch the whole stream. Example, build up. Gift is good, or we wouldn't be able to get them all when races are 2 weeks apart. Yeah. Okay, I'm 2 or 3. Well, it's yeah, you guys are the dedicated viewers. So most of you guys watching right now are the dedicated viewers. So what do you want it set as? 2 or 3? 3 means 1 hour each day. But then I'm also like, I wouldn't even mind setting as 1 hour, because then it just like shows the people who've watched the stream that weekend. You know what I mean? It rewards people who've watched the stream that weekend. 2.5. I like your thinking. Two minutes. You have to earn it, so 3. Anyways. But yeah, shout out that feature. Also, the other thing Twitch added is paid power-ups. Sorry, custom power-ups. So power-ups is a feature on Twitch where you can... Let me find it, yeah. So power-ups is a feature on Twitch where... Fuck. Where is it? Yeah, power up. So you can pay 10 bits to make an emote big, 20 bits to have a message effect, or 50 bits to have an on-screen celebration. Now you can make your own power up. So you could like donate bits and then choose an option. So it could be like, you know, just like channel points. It could be like, again, you have to abide by the fucking terms of service, but it could be like, if you donate 1,000 bits, I have to chug my drink. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's in the terms of service or not. But it could be like, for instance, I'm assuming the open lobby streamers are probably going to do stuff like, you donate 1,000 bits and you can pick the track or something like that. You know what I mean? So there's definitely heaps of routes, but I'm like, what could I do? As watch along stuff being my main stuff, what could I do? But I'm like, I don't know. A queue system could do that, like redeem like if you donate 1,000 bits, you can pick the next song. You can pick the ending stream song. I used to have that as a channel point reward, by the way, but then people were picking the dumbest songs, and I was just doing a song every stream. You know what I mean? So I don't know. This guy ain't clicked the damn Discord notification is live. Hell no. If you want, I don't mind coming up with examples for the rest of the season. You could drop your template in Discord. I appreciate extra snaps. I prefer to do it myself, just because like I've already started doing it myself, and I'm like really particular with that sort of stuff. So, yeah, yeah. Anyways, sorry, enough about that. I know it was not really F1 related, but it kind of was, because I wanted your guys' advice on that. Anyways, back to the F1 news and stuff. This is what we got for Canada. 4 traction, 5 braking, 3 tire stress, 1 asphalt abrasion, 2 asphalt grip, 1 lateral, 5 track evolution. Cool. Ashley, David the follow. The Canadian Grand Prix weather Weather outlook. Another likely unsettled weekend. Friday, Sunday / dry. Between Saturday, Sunday, a frontal system should bring rain to Montreal. However, the confidence, timing / details is low at the moment. Current risk of rain, 30%. Okay, Marcel made this post. I didn't listen to it in full, but he was kind of getting a little bit roasted online. But I kind of agree with him. Let me have a listen to what he says again.
Did Formula One completely embarrass themselves? The whole world of motorsport was rooting for Max Verstappen, or at least following Max Verstappen over the weekend at the Nürburgring 24-hour race. F1 has not posted a single bit of support towards Max and his team. Look at their Instagram.
Okay. Okay, nice pause. Honestly, kind of valid criticism. Like, not supporting your driver in your sport, doing something else that weekend is pretty, I don't know. Some people would argue they don't have to do that, but then it gets backed up. This point gets backed up even more when you see this.
Look at their Instagram. They even post about Yannick Sinner. Nothing against him. Congrats. But bro, why?
So F1 made a post about Sinner winning a tournament because he obviously is been in the F1 paddock, has waved the flag, likes Formula One, so they're congratulating him. So they congratulated a tennis player who likes F1, but they didn't cheer on their own driver competing in another event. Now, obviously, Max didn't win, right? So maybe they were saving it as a celebration, but still, like, not even like a good luck this weekend, Max. Like, it felt like the whole of Formula One, even non-F1 fans were like, non-Max fans were like cheering on Max because, you know, you want to see your F1 driver do well outside of F1. And even F1 themselves couldn't make a post. But then, on top of that, right, so they didn't cheer him on. They've cheered on other athletes outside of F1.
But bro, whilst everyone was appreciating GT racing this much, guess what they did? They posted this.
They then posted this on the Sunday. Heritage, relentless, triumph, and legacy. Just some of the words that define Formula One. It's just a bit like bad timing. Like, you're posting this on the same weekend that your own driver is competing in another championship. A year on a year where you're getting so much criticism. It's like
heritage, relentless, triumph, legacy. Just some of the words that define Formula One. And the whole comment section. No super clipping, no tire saving, no artificial overtakes, no battery. 4.5k likes, 6k likes. It got ratio.
This alone has more aura than F1.
In the comments, the Dacia logo. Genuinely think this Dacia could ratio you 16,000 likes. We're talking about Formula One, the pinnacle of motorsports. I really find it weird that they didn't even post anything about Max racing in GT3. Like, they don't want people to be aware about it. It's good for the sport in some way, no? Their stars are pushing motorsports, but no repost, no post itself. But about Yannick Sinner, strange.
No shit, F1 is not promoting GT series. Like, are you guys dumb? I knew someone was going to say that. But F1 in the past have spoken about other motorsports, if I'm not mistaken. I'm fairly sure they've done a post about MotoGP before. I'm like of a driver doing MotoGP. I'm fairly sure. I mean, I could be wrong, right? I'm just going off the top of my head. But I'm fairly sure Lewis Hamilton went and did something at MotoGP with MotoGP. It was unrelated to Formula One, and F1 made a post about it, right? F1's always doing collab stuff. F1 is always doing collab stuff, but they couldn't do something for Max and Nürburgring 24-hour. I don't think this was directed towards Max. I'm sure some Max fans are saying it's directed towards Max. I don't think it was personally. I think it's more just them being maybe, what's the word, self-conscious, or like, no, what's the word, like, what's the word where you're like scared of something being better than you? Like, I think they're just, yeah, self-conscious of the fact that, you know, their sport was not in a good place at the moment, or like from a social aspect, but then Nürburgring was getting so much love. By the way, unrelated but also related, what's up with them just casually posting an AI video? I'm sorry, but like, what are we doing? To be fair, maybe it's not AI, maybe it's just CGI, and the person doing the CGI is just really bad at making movement look natural, but... Confusing, man. Confusing. I'm trying to find if... Like, I'm like 99% sure F1's done a post about other motorsports before. Like, I'm fairly sure when Grosjean first went to IndyCar, F1 were like, good luck, Grosjean. I don't know. I'm just trying to find any example. Like, anyways, I just think it was a bit of an L that they didn't support their driver. I think it would have been classy to give any sort of love to Nürburgring 24 Hour. Like, if it was on the same weekend as F1, I would understand, right? You don't want to promote event. People watching Nürburgring 24 Hour, how does that take away from F1 at all? It takes away nothing. It takes away absolutely nothing from F1. At all. If anything, people might watch Nürburgring 24 Hour and be like, damn, Max is elite. I want to watch F1 now. You know what I mean? Like Sebastian Vettel, a driver who isn't on the grid, making a post about him doing a marathon. Huge congratulations to Seb Vettel for doing a London marathon. Like, they're always making posts about their drivers, past and present, doing stuff outside the F1 world. I don't know. Anyways, I know I'm blabbing on, but I gotta agree with Marcel. I think it's weird. And what exactly are they supposed to post? Max finishing 38th? I mean, yeah, again, maybe they were just waiting to make a post about the win, but there was no sort of like good luck or anything like that. I just thought it was kind of interesting. And then that post as well at the same time being like heritage, relentlessness. Like, it's like, what? Why would F1 post a competing racing series? That is like saying, why is Adidas not advertising Nike? I completely get what you're saying, but again, they've done it in the past. They've made posts about MotoGP. I'm fairly sure they've done a post about NASCAR, about IndyCar before, like collab posts. Like, it wasn't on the same weekend. Didn't they post about the NLS races though? So it's weird. Yeah, they did do an NLS post. Exactly. What's up, Venom? Maybe they were just waiting for the win, hopefully. Or maybe they were waiting for his result and then they didn't finish well. So I don't know. Lance Shaw's learned that belief matters most when results are hardest to find. In this edition of our Candid Undercut series, he reveals why he believes the team's future is bright and why his passion for being behind the wheel remains his biggest motivation. What the hell does this mean? France, Japan, fire, ... France, America, broken. Oh. Does this mean... Oh. This means Ocon and Komatsu heated. ... Ocon parting ways with America. This guy always tweets in emojis. But I'm fairly sure that's what that means. So heat between Komatsu, who's Japanese, and Ocon, who's French. And then Ocon plus Haas, which is American team, heartbroken. Yo, Multi21 Seb. Thank you for the 5-month resub with Tier 3. Thank you, dude. One of the Tier 3 subscribers on the stream. That is too kind. Thank you so much, man, for supporting, going above and beyond with the Tier 3. I really, really do appreciate it, dude. Thank you, man. Hope you're doing well, sir. Hope you're doing well. The guy's playing board games on Twitter with these emojis. Yeah, honestly, he's cooking. Canada's the only circuit where Lando Norris has more than one DNF. Interesting. 2019 and 2025. Why am I in 2019? Was that his fault? I can't remember now. If I made a post when Lando visited MotoGP garages a few times. Yeah, exactly. They posted about the other NLS. I read that. F1 trying to maintain their image while having a shitty, messy season. But Monaco was specifically put at the same date as IndyCar despite Indy. I don't know about that. This is one of the weirdest... No. Put it this way. If F1 chose to put the Monaco Grand Prix on the same day as IndyCar, they are stupid. Because why would you want to grow your American fan base and then put Formula 1 on the same day as Indy 500? It's just dumb. That's just dumb. I don't think they did that on purpose. I think that's just the way the calendar was, and that's the way IndyCar and F1 ended up falling on the same days. Because F1 would be... If they didn't do that, they're fucking stupid, because they should not be trying to compete with the biggest event, motorsport event in America, in my opinion. F1's bigger than IndyCar, but the Indy 500 is bigger than a Formula One Grand Prix in America. Current scenes in Indianapolis. Yeah, we had this big crash in practice.
On board, unbelievable. Oh boy, that's Rossi.
Is Rosenquist okay? Is Rossi okay?
That's Alexander Rossi.
Is he going to be racing this weekend?
Dennis Hauger.
We will be watching the Indy 500 on stream this weekend, guys, so be sure to tune on in. We'll be watching F1 Academy, then Indy 500, and then F1.
Believe my eyes. Sorry, it's Grosjean, not Hauger. Small fire at the
They
back
did
of
win
Grosjean's
Bernie
car.
when Eccleston was present, but that's not this year, though.
Just underneath that rear left tire. That is the man who starts second for the Indy 500.
Are they going to show the crash?
Midway through two.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, so he lost it.
High, left side.
And then you see
Huge shunt. So lucky not
avoid it. Gets on the brakes, lifts off, and just
flip,
spins
and then
in the
oh,
avoidance.
he
These
wore
cars
into
are
him as
so
well.
sensitive to the pitch. A big movement.
And then
a big
wasn't it a third
adjustment on
car?
the pedals mid-corner can have that exact
Yikes,
effect.
man,
And that
yikes. Is Rossi okay? Oh, Rossi's good. Formula One drivers attempt NASCAR. We'll have to watch that video at some point. This is still one of the funniest clips to come out of Drive to Survive. Yeah, this is a banger.
Gotta make the most of your opportunities when you can.
The arm wrestling that goes on behind the scenes.
The peacock strutting.
It's about push myself against the best. I want to be the best.
You're always under pressure.
Diamonds are made under pressure.
I want to be in the fastest car.
Hey. Gotta make the most of your opportunities when you can.
Why did that make the cut? I don't get why that made the cut.
It's about push myself against the best. I want to be the best.
You're always under pressure.
Diamonds are made under pressure.
I want to be in the fastest car.
Hey. Gotta make the most of your opportunities.
When I first opened this on Twitter, I was like, I kind of laughed at Will Buxton's one because I thought that was the joke. And then I thought it was Stroll's one. And then I thought it was Gasly being he wants to be in the fastest car. And then it just ends with L1, bro. It just ends with L, bro. That was fucking hilarious. Hi. How did that make the cut, bro? How did that make the cut? I don't understand. Maybe I bring up really old things, but it pissed me off when during the OzGP they didn't promote the Women in Motorsport event at all, but did post pics of Alexander and Ferrari. Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, they named a whole corner after two people and then didn't even talk about it, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes F1 does too many things that they forget to talk about it. Anyways, other news in F1 Academy. Zoe Flourouche will be joining the F1 Academy grid later this season as the Dirt is Good wildcard for Zandvoort. Okay, why is this getting announced so early? The 17-year-old impressed during the 2025 rookie test and is now set to take the next step in her journey with a bespoke livery and race overalls. Shout out Laundry Detergent for making its way to the F1 Academy grid. Yeah, it's cool to see different sponsors. Dirt is good. Okay. To be honest, I like this sponsorship. I like it. First off, like obviously having a different type of sponsor in Formula One, you know, like a laundry detergent, a cleaning product. I mean, maybe people will be mad at the fucking stereotype. But like, I think it's cool seeing the amount of sponsors that are backing F1 Academy. But I kind of like this. I kind of like it. Like, dirt is good. Like, obviously, racing is a dirty sport. You get the car dirty, you get your overalls dirty, and then you know, I kind of like that slogan. Like, dirt is good. Like, get messy because we've got a product that cleans you up afterwards. Dirt is good is about washing up soap. Okay. Stream time tomorrow. In the schedule. It is 4:30. Lemons.
Looking like a lemon in that shirt.
Yeah, I'm dressed up as you today. I'm doing Lemon's cosplay. I'm doing Lemon cosplay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not fucking with this jersey as much as I thought. I think it's the polo, man. I think the polo makes it look the polo neck kind of makes it look a little bit like goofy. I don't know. Like a yellow collar. I don't know. I still like it, don't be wrong, but like I love yellow. Yellow's my favorite color. I was really hoping I was gonna fuck with this jersey. And the livery, and like again, it's still a 9 out of 10 livery for me. It's still a great jersey, but like I just wanted it to be perfect, man. I wanted it to be perfect. I think it's the collar that puts me off. It doesn't stand out as much as I thought, but I don't know. You look like a bit of a wanker with the collar, yeah. I don't know. I think yellow collar just looks weird. It looks like I'm a fucking clown or something. Anyways, I do like it, but no. Anyways, Lemons, thank you so much for the 64-month resub. Oh my god, Minecraft block. We made a Minecraft block of subs. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you coming to the tier 1. How was your Annotator? No, it wasn't Annotator. Prosper and Josh Baker. Night the other night. I'm jealous of seeing Prosper, man. I was just showing my stats. Prosper's number 2, my second most listened artist this year, and the album hasn't even dropped yet. The album hasn't even dropped yet. My bank balance, my love for motorsport. Oh, this car is so sexy, man. There you go. You can see the Canadian Grand Prix on Netflix there. Abby Pulling retweeting that I generally think this Dacia could ratio you post. That's kind of funny. Verstappen ever since he switched to number 3. Okay. Christian Order has reportedly held talks with BYD about their ambitions to enter as the 12th team. The Chinese manufacturers expressed interest in joining F1 over the recent months. That'd be good. Back on track. The F3 boys are out on track in Spielberg, Austria, Red Bull Ring at the moment. Doing some testing, obviously after so much time off. Because they were meant to be doing Bahrain, right? I think they're meant to be in Bahrain. Your budget, your dream. We obviously got the announcement for F1 26, the season pack. Okay, this is Good Jokes trolling. 1999 extended highlights. We'll watch that at some point. Komatsu on the New York Stock Exchange. What the fuck? How long is this clip? 32 minutes. Interesting, interesting. Exo Snipes, thank you so much for continuing the sub that you got from Tomo. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you, man. I don't know why there's no alert for that. I guess maybe because you got a sub to get the alert, but I appreciate you continuing your sub, dude. Really do appreciate that, man. Next time we'll learn to stick with 33. Yeah, you should have, man. You should have. It's a sick shirt, though. No, I like it. I like it. It's just like the yellow color's a bit more goofy than I thought it was going to be. But again, there was no shirt option. Otherwise, we would have bought the shirt. We asked our writers to build the ultimate F1 track. What do you reckon? So we got Senna S Interlagos, banger. Arouge ready on Spa, yeah. Variante Alta at Imola. What's the Variante Alta? Paddock Hill Bend at Brands Hatch. Okay. Turn 1 Coda, yeah. Maggots and Beckett Silverstone, yeah. Toyota Istanbul Park, yeah. Wall of Champions Montreal, yeah, I like that. Carousel at Nürburgring, okay, okay. Parabolica at Estoril, don't know what that is. Brabham Straight at Adelaide, don't know what that is. 130R at Suzuka. La Source at Spa. Damn, Spa gets 2. Ascari at Monza. Don't really care about Ascari. Fairmont Hairpin at Monaco. Don't really care about that either. That's a poo corner. I mean, it's iconic, but like, take Monaco away from that. It's kind of a dead corner, isn't it? I prefer the swimming pool chicanes at Monaco. Turn 13 Indianapolis. Yeah. Junkao at Interlagos. What's Junkao? Which corner is Junkao? Leclerc 2022 spin corner. Oh. That's kind of mid as well. I mean, I'm not complaining about the circuit. It looks like a good track. Martin Brundle. Mercedes are pretty confident they're not going to put stuff on their car that's slower, so we'll just see where they all stand. It's a different track layout completely to Miami. Lots of long straights and slow corners and chicanes. The team will bring significant aerodynamic upgrades, along with new software aimed at improving race starts, while also reducing the weight of the W17. Driver of the day started 4th, finished 38th. McLaren upgrade for Canada sounds quite extensive. Team says it's a number of new components across the floor, chassis, front, and rear wings. Please. I never thought I'd share for McLaren, but please, man. Please catch up to fucking Merc. Only Tuesday, and Montreal's touristy old town is already getting into F1 mode. We've got a Red Bull car, and we've got an Aston Martin car for this outside the Celsius building. Clark County approved a resolution recognizing the Formula 1 Las Vegas Grand Prix as an annual event through to 2037, with the understanding that the race officials will condense that setup and tear down time for the annual event. Yeah, we were talking about this the other day about Vegas has 1 more year left on its contract before they need to do the whole extend to 10 years deal, whatever the fuck you call it, extension deal. And yeah, so it seems like Las Vegas is obviously happy with the Grand Prix. They just need to get their Grand Prix set up and taken down quicker. But yeah, the F1 26 season pack is $35.99, not $25.99. No, that's incorrect. That's incorrect. George Russell is £25. 21 pounds on PC. Never going back to Vegas. Whoa, hater. Hater much. I've been rewatching Canadian races and I forgot how fun 2024 was with Haas when full wet and cooked until they didn't. Makes me want some rain this weekend. I think we're gonna get it. Canada's the only place where every 10 years you get a legendary podium that includes an eventual 4-time champ with Red Bull and ageless all-time greats. Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, this is the greatest. I think this is the greatest podium of all time. Lewis Hamilton, 7-time champ. Max Verstappen, 4-time champ. Fernando Alonso, 2-time champ. Adrian Newey, what, like 13-time champ? What is he? That's the greatest podium, winningest podium of all time. And that's a fact, by the way. That's not an opinion. That is a fact. It is the most winningest podium of all time. Because I was at the second second best podium of all time. Well, maybe not second most winningest, but I was at this exact podium. Lewis, Max, and Alonso. But it was Rob Marshall instead of Adrian in Australia. And then, yeah, they wanted to one-up it and add Adrian Newey there. Ready to make some Montreal memories. There's the V-Carb poster. That's cool. That looks more like fucking a Rouge than Canada, though. Remembering Niki Lauda. 7 years ago, we lost an F1 legend. Damn, 7 years ago. On Chris's birthday as well. GM previously said it would produce its first F1 engine in 2029, but it could end up delaying that to 2030 if the next rule package is a switch back to V8s. Yeah, it must be so confusing for a team like Cadillac to be like, do we make an engine or do we just not bother? If I was Cadillac, I'd just wait at this point. What's the fucking point? What is the point? Huge announcement. I just spat everywhere. Huge announcement. Formula 1 has teamed up with the toy and games leader Hasbro to launch a special F1 themed edition of the world's most iconic board game, Monopoly. Monopoly Formula Edition, available for pre-order on 20th of May, invites players to race around the F1 calendar and take part in the Monopoly Grand Prix. Sick. Every team. Yo. Upgrade your car. Race for the championship. Sick. Great partnership. Now the tracks are based off of calendar order. So Abu Dhabi is Mayfair, and sadly Australia is Pooh Brown. But yeah, what a sick partnership, man. What a sick partnership. I'll definitely have to buy that. Maybe we do an IRL stream games night, you know what I mean? Do some Monopoly. We're delighted to announce that Mission 44 will be the official charity partner of Festival of Speed Goodwood this year. Nice. Victor Martins is set to step in as Williams' official reserve driver this weekend, with regular Luke Browning competing in Super Formula in Japan. Martins is Williams' test and development driver this year and completed an FP1 session for the team in Spain last year. Well, let's see if he needs to be used. F1 races are a bit like buses. We've waited ages with just one Grand Prix in 7 weeks ahead of Canada this weekend, and now they're all going to come back all at once with a run of 7 races in 10 weeks before the summer break. F1 Weather Service predicts 60% chance of rain on Sunday. Oof. Cadillac upgrades for Canada. They've got new front wing, new rear wing, new chassis, new diffuser, new rear suspension, new front brake ducts. Nice. Let's hope they can make it out of Q1. Stepping in as reserve in Canada, that's Victor Martins, the insane genius of Formula 1 gearbox. We'll have to watch this at some point. Sure, I'd love a Driver 61 video. Finally, Lewis is taking a part in an FIA press conference tomorrow. Is it been like a thing where they've been waiting for him to do it? Has it been a while? I'll get a Ponden tattoo if it does. Yeah, that ain't happening. You don't think it's going to rain? Well, if you replace Alonso with Michael Schumacher and Max Fangio, you have the most winnings, if that's how you write it in F1 history. I'll have to buy this for my collection. Do you have like a Monopoly collection? Again, talking about Christian Horner. Source suggests that the negotiations between Horner and BYD are positive, and there's a great potential for the project to move forward. BYD wants to enter as the 12th team. Wow, 12th team, so not even buy out Alpine. That would be cool. Gucci/Mercedes take over Alpine, and BYD enter the grid. By the time we get to FP2 in Monaco, it'll be 70 days since we had the last FP2. The last time was in Japan on the 27th of March. 2 months and 9 days without an FP2. That is crazy. Don't bully me, I'll come, okay? Okay, why is Ocon why is T-Back trolling? Ollie Behrman playing with puppies for 5 minutes and 18 minutes. Thank you, BuzzFeed and Haas, for this incredible content. What?
all of them on you. I can't really think about that. I want to take this one actually. They're really sliding around a lot. It's like a wet track. I hope they don't pee now. No, exactly.
Okay, we're gonna have to watch that at some point. What the fuck, bro? First post, Montreal felt like the right place to begin. Follow along this week. We'll be covering every set. Oh, Audi's finally got a Twitter page. Audi F1 _. I'm already following them. Oh, so they've just renamed the Sauber. Ah, okay. Interesting. So Audi made a whole new Instagram. Where they entered F1. They didn't buy Sauber Stakes 1 or take over Sauber Stakes 1, but they took over the Sauber Stake Twitter. Interesting. Nicholas Latifi, all the wins. What is? Oh, this is F2.
Latifi, who...
Yo, the F2 car kind of looks crazy there.
Latifi, who banishes the memories of Barcelona to take victory. Nicholas Latifi wins in Formula 2.
Yes, guys, yes.
And now, at last, Nicholas Latifi...
What if Latifi will be in the paddock promoting his new drink? This man is not real. Real. What do you mean he showed up in his tiny scooter when he went to pick up his new car? I mean, what's he going to do? Drive a car to pick up a car? Then what's he going to do with the other car? Oh, Pagani! Still my dream car, man. Is that a Zonda, though? Is that a Zonda with no roof, or is it a different model? Yeah, oh my God, that's my dream car. That's like my dream no budget car. Like if I was a billionaire, like if I got hit up right now and was like, yo, $100 million, what are you buying? I'm buying this. Oh my God. I love that. I love that car so much. Oh, Gabriel Bortoletto, Franco Colapinto, and Checo Perez in a new Mercado Libre ad.
Se sigue retrasando la largada por el clima en este Gran Premio. Esperamos un nuevo...
al final voy a tener que esperar un poco más para ganarle.
Ponte serio, Franco. ¿Cuándo es que para esa lluvia?
¿Qué puedo saber, de esta situación? Paren un toque. Se ocurrió algo.
Mercado Libre.
I wonder if they all filmed together or if this was separate. It looks like separate. Yo, Lando Norris helmet design?
Atento, Pérez, por la derecha. Checo, ¿me escuchas? Le falta Chile.
Yeah, W-ad.
¿Qué pito le pasé?
Le gané. Vayan, que dejó de llover.
Ahora sí, papu.
Mercado Libre. Why did he low-key look like that guy from Verstappen Sim Racing? What's his name? Is it Gustavo? I'm thinking of?
Vayan, que dejó de llover.
Sponsor oficial de Franco Colapinto, Checo Pérez y Gabriel Bortoleto.
Latinas. That's a good ad, I must say. That's a good ad. I like that. Fun, but not like cheesy, you know what I mean? Air Toto to Montreal.
Where are we?
Canada. We're ready.
Thank you.
He doesn't own this flight, right? He just rents it.
Welcome to Canada.
Private jet. Why is everyone stealing my flow, bro? Ever since I bought a full cream fit with a white top, I just keep seeing it. Liam arrived today in a full cream fit with a white top. I guess we're all just stylish like that, man. We're all just stylish like that.
Thank you very much.
He got the shirt tucked in though. The FIA official track map shows a total of 4 straight mode zones, but the one between turn 9 will be deactivated in low condition. Wait, the other one's in 3. Oh, they're actually gonna make this a active aero zone? Nice. Special helmet from Stroll for this weekend. What do we think? Is there more photos? Please tell me there's more photos. Nope. That's cool, man. I mean, the white's a bit plain, but the design is really nice. I like that. It's like classic, but I don't know how to explain it. It looks really, really nice. 1 year apart, then Canada 2025, first F1 podium. Now, most points in an F1 in her first F1 championship season. 3 wins, 3 pole positions, 7 podiums, 5 fastest laps, youngest ever pole sitter, second youngest race winner in F1. Only driver to score a hat-trick in their first 2 F1 wins. Secure a hat-trick in their first 2 F1 wins. Doesn't mean first 3. First driver to convert first 3 poles to wins. Youngest driver to win multiple races. Youngest world championship leader. Crazy. Alice Williams' F1 team is pleased to announce the recruitment of Piers Thine from McLaren as the team's new chief optimization and planning officer. Interesting, interesting. So not like a... I'm assuming this is not really car related, but more like logistics and stuff. W cherry pick stats. I love trees, so I like that helmet. It is nice. More photos on Aston Martin's Twitter. Can you link it? Yeah, F1 Academy's back this weekend. We will be watching that on the stream, of course. The FIA has confirmed that the max recharge limit of 6 MJ through sprint qualifying this weekend, with a max of 8 MJ during the races. 8.5 MJ in overtake mode. 6 MJ is the lowest figure we've seen so far this season, with Australia being at 7. Interesting. Someone is having a close look at the McLaren upgrades. That's Lando having a look. Cadillac will also be bringing an upgrade package in a few races' time to Austria. I thought they just had one this weekend. To eliminate the issue of multi-team ownership, Formula 1 is looking for a solution to convince Red Bull GmbH to sell its stake in Racing Bulls. However, Red Bull has imposed conditions that make the negotiations extremely difficult to resolve. According to the auto action, anyone interested in taking over the team would have to accept several long-term restrictions, guaranteed use of Red Bull powertrain engines, an obligation to continue purchasing technology and technical packages from Red Bull Racing, and a commitment to provide at least 1 seat in the near future to a driver from the Red Bull Junior program. The deal is reportedly valued at around $2 billion, a figure that the Milton Keynes-based team would be more than happy to receive. However, the conditions are extremely strict and could discourage many potential investors. Yeah, interesting. So if you don't know, obviously Red Bull VCARB was a sister team of Red Bull Racing, or is the sister team of Red Bull Racing. They have their own factory in Italy, in Faenza, but obviously they take the engine from Red Bull. They take a lot of the key parts from Red Bull, and there is just a lot of overlap with it being the Red Bull brand, you know, like from marketing, they make videos together and stuff like that. The drivers switch between the teams, and even like obviously on the team itself, you know, you got kind of, they used to be, this is the thing, staff members used to kind of like move around teams really easily. It used to kind of be like one team separated into 2, but over the last few years that's changed a lot, where VCARB has moved a lot away from Faenza's factory over to Milton Keynes, and I believe they've got a new building in Milton Keynes now. I actually ran past it, I saw it. So now they're closer to Red Bull, but they're now separated, if that makes sense. So like it seems like all the VCARB staff have moved out of the Red Bull building into their own building, so they're like closer to Milton Keynes now, but also at the same time they're much more separated. So yeah, interesting that F1 wants to push for them to sell it. I mean, they should either just say you have to get out or not, but I guess it makes sense from Red Bull's standpoint to be like, well, look, you know, we need a team that will do that then. So yeah, imagine Horner bought and made a knockoff Red Bull 2.0. Monster Energy, imagine. I don't blame Red Bull for wanting requirements like if they team in F1 and FIA are trying to separate Red Bull and Racing Bulls, yeah. Cadillac doing upgrades here and in Spain. They gotta cook, they gotta cook. Papaya Takeover, Indy 500, Montreal Grand Prix. Yeah, excited for the Indy 500. I spent knock on the recent rumors. Complete bullshit. To be honest, it's unbelievable. We were just talking with AO just now. The article I saw was calling him Ryo Komatsu, which is quite funny. They were even Ryo Komatsu, which is quite funny. They were even saying that we had like a massive dispute in Miami. This is complete nonsense. Honestly, it's all fabricated and complete bullshit. Oh, well, that that confirms that. I got landed to give an exclusive tour of the Montreal pop-up. Come down for our opening on Thursday to see it for yourself.
Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to...
Shout out Lando and his team for his cooking.
Partner with Monsters, so bring you free drinks.
I don't know why it's so quiet.
But welcome. Pretty sick. It's going to be a good vibe down here. DJ
Ooh, the jackets are clean.
We can start with the DJ deck. I'll be DJ. I won't. But a cool vibe, cool atmosphere.
Why is bro wearing Halo? I'm confused. His team's sponsored by Puma and he's wearing Aloe, but also he's in his own clothing store and he's not wearing his own clothing. Lock in, bro. Lock in.
If you come down here, you have to come down to the store to be able to pre-order these. And so only able to be pre-ordered if you come here to the store. So it's pretty cool. Also,
wait, what?
Order these. If you come down here, you have to come down to the store to be able to pre-order these.
You have to go to the store to pre-order. So they don't have stock, but you have to go in person to pre-order it. I mean, look, that's better than doing an online pre-order that sells out straight away. At least you know that everyone who's pre-ordering is an actual human being and not a fucking clanker. But just get the stock already, bruh.
And so only able to be pre-ordered if you come here to the store. So it's pretty cool. Also, merch.
But I guess maybe the reason they're doing pre-order, to be honest, I don't mind this idea. Maybe it's like they want to do a pre-order because they want to make the exact amount. They don't want to overmake and then make too many and not sell them. But they don't want to undermake and then people miss out. And they're doing an online pre-order means you get clankers. But then again, in person means only people in Canada are going to be able to get it. So a bit weird.
Merch just for here in Canada. Pretty sick actually. Love the colors. Little cartoon vibe. These will only be available for this weekend and only available here in the store. So
I don't mind that. I don't mind making a special hoodie that you can only get at the store, like, but like a normal jacket, like what? So only people in Canada are gonna have the cool jacket.
Love them. So we got two different tied to tees. And we also got the pieces. We also got some little accessories, little sticker packs, and of course the little magical pin sets. There's me.
Do not like that photo. Yeah.
I don't know what this is. This is just, you can put drinks in here. Apparently it comes out cold. I'm not trying it yet, but maybe you can. That's me again. Actually, you've got the coolest bit of the whole area.
No way, a tech deck!
Skate park. I can't do this. I've never done this in my life. I'm sure there are some more talented people out there who can do this. But totally customized version, even the skateboards as well.
That's cool, to be fair. It's something random, but like...
If you know how to do this. But I don't, I'm afraid. But I can just hit the...
See, I'm confused. I like this pop-up. It gives people to go, something to people to go to. Even if you're not going to the Grand Prix, you can still go, look at some F1 related stuff, hang out with F1 related people. But like, there's such a big store, there's no clothes. I guess it's a pop-up, not a store.
Let's just go straight to the main piece.
That's cool.
I wish I could use this. I can't. Probably just started up. I'm not started up in yet. We got the full Polaris kitted out in the Blob Palace Blob design.
Did he say Ford?
Sadly, there's no snow where I live in Monaco, the UK, so I can't really use this anywhere. But it's just, I think, one of the coolest things that we've done. So I hope you're just going to give this to me after and I can take it home in Prix or something. I don't know how I'm going to get this home.
Yeah, the tech decks are definitely getting pocketed.
The magic, the golden helmet, not many of them.
This is such a cool pop-up.
So that's pretty
like the
special.
branding and everything.
We even did a little blob helmet. Probably too warm to wear this weekend, but something pretty cool, especially because Canada can be pretty cold. I mean, a special piece. This will be shown here during the week, but not revealed yet. So come down to the store, check it out.
So special helmet to be revealed today. Okay.
I was very excited. Then we got 4 boards. The boards wall will be giving away 1 board signed by moi every day to some special person who comes down here, get something, comes to the Ellen Potter store. So 1 board given away, signed every day. Drinks, of course, going with a little drink, stay hydrated. Nice. I'm gonna
That's
leave
cool
that
as well.
there, so whoever comes down
Something you can take home with you. Into some random closet though.
That's kind of it. That's kind of a little wrap. So
Drop this down as intro over a sec.
Obviously the music's not going now, but there'll be some good music, some good vibes.
Yeah, it looks kind of dead because there's no one there, but like, imagine DJ, people hanging.
Because it's only available here in Montreal. And see you on the weekend. All the best.
That's cool. You have to respect Lando, man. He does such a good job with his fans. Like, you know, like, and his team is really cool. You know, with all these pop-ups, I think it's really, really sick. I wish more drivers kind of did put in the effort for the fans as he does. And I think most of his stuff is reasonably priced as well, which I respect a lot too. You know, he loves his fans so much, he even meets up with them at McDonald's. If you know, you know. The rumors are starting to spread. Is everything clear? Is everything okay for you next year? Yeah, I'm still in contract, so everything is 100% clear to me. I'm still focused. I'm still motivated. I still love what I do with all my heart. I'm going to be here for quite some time to get used to it. There's a lot of people that are trying to retire me, and that's not even on my thoughts. I'm already thinking of what will be next and for planning for the next 5 years. But yes, I still plan to be here for some time, says Lewis. All right, big statement. Big statement. Ollie's special helmet for Canada. Ooh, taking a leaf out of Albon's book. I like it. I like it. Still not as good as Albon's, though. Behind the undercut, Kimi Antonelli's winning Miami. What is this? Is this like an inside story? I'm assuming this is an inside story.
Verstappen versus...
Or like edited maybe a bit differently. We'll have a look at that. Oh, wait, it's got a different rate. Oh, it's got a different title. Unheard Radio, the strategy. Okay, okay. We're starting to get collabs now between the F1 teams on YouTube. Fernando Alonso, with the turbo era and now even more, we lost nearly 1 decade or even more of pure racing, says Alonso. Lando is running a special helmet this weekend, and that seems to be linked to Sir Jackie Stewart's charity, Racing Against Dementia. That is cool. Where's the helmet, though? Guys, you're slacking. You're slacking. Why isn't it in Discord? Well, we've caught up on all the news, though. We've caught up on all the news. Yo. Yo, sick. It looks like Alexa's doing the presenting for F1 Academy.
Is it have a different format at our upcoming...
Friends with Alexa. She does Formula E presenting. She used to do WEC as well, but not anymore.
F1 Academy, does it have a different format?
I guess that's why, because she's working with F1 Academy now. Love that, love that. What the fuck? Little story about Alexa, which I found out the other day, which I thought was pretty cool to share, was she applied for a like competition, like one of those competitions where it's like showcase yourself and yourself as a personality to be on to be like what's the word? Like to showcase your talents, you know what I mean? And she applied for the Formula E one, and she didn't come first. She came like second or third, but she ended up working in Formula E. So I think it just goes to show you never know where like a connection or where like a something might lead. So always give your best shot, and even if you don't come first, work hard and try to you know, if you do your best, the people who make decisions sometime will notice. All right, here we go. Here's Lando's helmet. What we got? What we got? Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Ooh, I don't know which side I like better. Ooh, the little dots. I didn't even notice the dots on this side. That is really cool. One of those helmets where far away it looks cool, but up close it looks really clean. Split down the middle. Kind of like a tie-dye design, but kind of like a lizard. I actually really like that. I tuned up the amazing charity Racing Dementia for my helmet this weekend. Racing Against Dementia was founded by the legend Jackie Stewart. Hearing him talk about how dementia has impacted his wife Helen and their family opened my eyes to just how many people it affects. 55 million people worldwide are living with it, and every few seconds another person is diagnosed. I wanted to play my part in raising awareness and joining Race Against Dementia's fight to find a cure. The design is in 2 halves. One side shows a healthy brain, and the other side shows a brain affected by the synaptic loss. We're making mini helmets with all profits going directly to Racing Against Dementia. You can get them from lando.store. That is cool, man. That is cool. Yeah, my papa, he lived to 101, 102 years old. Generally, probably one of the healthiest looking 100-year-olds you ever see. Like physically, bro had no problems at all physically. Like genuinely, like I swear that man was never in the hospital. But sadly, he got dementia in his late 90s, and it all went after that. So yeah, it is sad. It is sad how many people it affects, especially at old age. But yeah, such a cool helmet. I really, really like that, especially the meaning behind it. Bright, colorful on one side, more dull on the other side. That's sick. And good cause as well. How much is the mini helmet, man? How much is the mini helmet? What is that photo? Oh, he kind of looks like Tom Holland there. That's kind of scary. Just me, or does he look like Tom Holland there? Loki, I actually think Lando looks better with the shorter hair than that. How much is the helmet? Helmets. 45 pound. That's cool for the 1x5. 45 pound. 1x2. 189 pound. I feel like that's reasonably priced. Why do I feel like I paid like 230 pound for a mini helmet back in the day? That was cool. That was cool. I like that. I really, really like that helmet. It's nice to know that, like, if you spend that amount of money as well, that it's gonna go to charity as well. Good shout. Good shout. Damn, Lando's impressing me right now. Lando's impressing me right now. I must say. He is impressed. He has impressed. What the fuck did I just do? What have I just done? What have I done? Anyways. I think my nano is at the early stage of dementia. It's so challenging. Yeah. Quinto, what is up, dude? How's it going? Awesome purpose. Oh, that's cool then. That is amazing. Very chameleon. Yeah, it gives me chameleon vibes. Same with my nan. She was 90 and in top shape in terms of physical health and was able to get around the city on her own until dementia took her. Yeah, that's crazy, man. How it just hits your brain. Such a shame. Macite, what is up, dude? Fernando, my kind do something like this too. Huh? Fernando might do something like this too. Is that what you're saying? Alright, guys, that is it. Oh, Oscar Piastri special helmet just dropped. Oscar Piastri's helmet for the Canadian Grand Prix. Thanks, bud. Got a sick angle. Okay, front on though, it looks cool. I like the blue, I like the white. Nice, nice, nice. Kind of clean, kind of clean. Yo, happy birthday, Macite. Hope you're having a good day, dude. Hope you're having a good day. Some F1 for you this weekend. We love that, we love that. I like it. I just kind of want to see the side and back. I don't get why we're only seeing the front. When is someone going to make a casino-related helmet for the casino on track? Come on now. The casino on track? There's a casino at the track? In Canada? What the hell? What the hell? I don't know that. Alright, guys. That is it for all the news. We've caught up on the news from the last few weeks. Or from the last week or so. I think we're going to continue watching some videos now. But yeah, it seems like stuff is only just coming out from the track. Okay, well, I know for next time I do a Grand Prix preview for an America's Grand Prix that I should start the stream even later than 6 p.m. I thought 6 p.m. was going to be late enough, but... Because what time is in Canada right now? Yeah, it's 3 p.m. I thought this was going to be late enough, but it seems like we're only just starting to get stuff coming out from the track and media day and stuff like that, which is a shame. I thought going live later. Anyways, we still covered all the news that's come out over the last couple weeks, sorry, over the last week and a bit, and most of what's come out today. But it seems like there's still going to be some more stuff to come, so we'll look at that at the start of tomorrow's stream before practice. But yeah, that is going to wrap up the preview for today. I'm going to stay live on Twitch. We're going to watch some videos now for a little bit. So if you watch on YouTube, come join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Ponden. Who's messaging me? Twitch.tv/Ponden. Come join us. We're going to stay live. Otherwise, YouTube. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We will be live for Practice 1, Sprint qualifying, as well as F2 qualifying and F1 Academy qualifying. So be sure to tune it in. Anyways, YouTube, have a good rest of the night, morning, evening, whatever it may be. Appreciate you tuning in for the preview. Bye-bye.